Hello guys, welcome to another edition of the Chef Lifestyle food blogging series. Today I have a very interesting topic to talk to you guys about. I'm going to be discussing 4 things that I would do if I was starting my food blogging career in 2022. Note that in whatever year you're watching this video, you can still apply each and every one of these principles. The first thing I would do is identify my strength and my interest. This part is very, very important. Don't just go into it and start creating food content because you want to be a food blogger or you want to do something in food. Identify 2 to 4 interests that you have. So it could be writing, it could be photography, it could be editing, anything at all that is linked to food blogging. Even if it's not linked to food blogging, just identify all the strength you have, and trust me, you will find a way to incorporate that into your food blogging journey. One of the reasons why this part is so important is that it's going to help you set yourself apart from the others. Whatever your interest is, that is what you're going to capitalize on when you start your food blogging journey. For example, one of my biggest interests is teaching and impacting knowledge onto others. So this is something that I really focus and capitalize on when it comes to my food blogging journey. The next thing I'm going to talk about is to identify or choose a niche. This is a bit on the tricky side. Some people say create your content, your audience or your niche will find you. Others also say that find your niche before you start creating the content. So a niche basically means that an area of specialization. It's always good to specialize because if you are creating for everybody, then who are you really targeting? It's important for you to have a niche, a community of people that your content is solely meant for. It doesn't mean other people cannot enjoy it, but it means that these people are the main focus. So whatever you do is geared towards them. For example, if your focus is to create healthy recipes, then it means your niche is in the healthy area and your target audience are going to be people who want to live a healthy lifestyle, eat healthy food and not just any kind of food or junk food. So it's so important for you to identify your niche. One other thing to also note is that you don't have to force yourself to find a niche if you don't have one. Sometimes as you progress, as you start, as you go on, you would find the area that comes naturally to you. So don't let it distress you. Don't think that because you don't have a niche, you cannot start your food blogging journey. The next thing I would do is to pick 1 or 2 platforms that I would want to specialize on. This is a mistake that so many people do when they're starting anything. They want to be everywhere at the same time. As much as it can be beneficial to have your presence on multiple platforms, it's very challenging when you're starting out because every platform will require time, effort, and knowledge, and then skills. So if you don't have that, trying to grow on multiple platforms is really going to derail you and is really going to waste a lot of your time. So if I was starting afresh, I would start with 1 or 2 platforms, and then before we go into it, I would want you to understand the different platforms. So when it comes to social media platforms, there are so many of them out there. We have the active ones and the passive ones. The active ones are the ones that you constantly have to be there, posting, engaging, commenting. Like you have to be there all the time to stay relevant. Something like Instagram, you have to be posting consistently, engaging with your community and all of that. You have the passive ones, the ones that you don't have to spend so much time creating content for. You can post content less frequently than you do with the active ones and still be getting some engagement and tractions even years after you create the content. For example, YouTube, we have people who are making so much money and getting so many views on content they created about 4 years, 5 years ago. That's not the case for the active accounts. So you have to know the difference between them. So if I was starting out, so I would choose 1 active platform and choose 1 passive platform so that I can balance it out. So for example, I would choose something like YouTube and Instagram or YouTube and TikTok. But for some people, you may also want to choose a platform that is similar so that you can just repurpose your content there. For example, using TikTok and then Instagram. You can create the same content and distribute it there at the same time, so it makes it easier. So these are the different kinds of platforms we have. As I said, you can still decide to be on all platforms if you think you have the mental capacity and the skills and the time to do that. But if not, this really works. You go for 1 active platform, 1 passive platform. Then you can do once a week for the passive platform like YouTube. So you create the content, you optimize it so that every time somebody is searching for a content like that, it can appear in the search. Then with the active platform, you find a strategy to be able to post consistently over there because you have to be posting consistently to stay relevant and to be seen. Next thing I would do would also to choose a name. A name is so important. You don't just get up and pick a name because if you are going to be doing this full time and into the future, your name is very important. That is the name your business is going to be known for. So it has to be something that you like. It has to be something that you like and something that you would want to be referred to. So many people call me Chef Lifestyle. They don't even call me by my name. So if I picked a name that I didn't like, it would have been a bit difficult for me to accept being called that name. So always make sure it's something that you would like now and then long term. When it comes to choosing a name, there's really no formula, but I would advise that you have something with at least food, cook, chef, kitchen in it, so that it's easier for people to recognize your account or your name when they see it and associate that with food. Some people decide to go with their name as a personal brand. That's also okay, but then just note that with personal brand there needs to be a lot of branding and a lot of sensitization for people to get to know that your name is actually associated with this kind of content or this kind of career. So it really depends on you whether you want to go for the personal brand or you want to choose a name. So there are so many names out there. You have people called the kitchen muse, that you have a kitchen lover. I'm called Chef Lifestyle. There's chef in there. You have people add their names and then they add something cooking. So Akuya Cooks, Akuya's Kitchen, all of that. There are so many ways to come up with a name. So really sit down and think about, what do you want to do? Do you want to do initials? Do you want to do full name? Do you want to do abstract names? Do you want to coin different cooking elements together and make a name out of it? The final thing that I would do if I was starting a food blog in 2022 would be to invest. I know you're starting out and you may not have the biggest budget, but then getting a few things will really set you up to create the quality content you need to. So I would invest in getting a tripod at least, and then some few backdrops, even if it's just one backdrop and one beautiful bowl that I'll be making my videos in. These three are enough for you to go. As long as you have a phone and you have natural lighting in your house, you are good to go. So at least, so investing in these few pieces to start your journey will be very, very helpful, so that you don't have shaky videos, you don't have videos that are not really in clean bowls, because it's very important to keep a clean workspace, to make sure your videos are not blurry and they're not shaky. So these are the 4 things I'll do. There's so many other things involved in food blogging. If you want to know more, let me know in the comments if you want me to do a full how to start a food blog video, and I'll do that for you. For now, this is the 4 things plus one bonus tip that I would do if I was starting a food blog in 2022. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you'll be notified. I hope you learned something, and I hope if you're going to be starting a food blog this year or any year that you're watching this, these steps can help inform you make a better decision. So we meet again on another video. Bye.